Welcome to another episode of our collection update. It doesn't sound as good as Shelf for Sale.
No, I still say Shelf for Sale either way.
Welcome to Shelf for Sale. Really, it's just a collection update. We are going to be going through what arrived this week.
Except this time it is actually a Shelf for Sale because we had 10 games
that we said that we were going to play last week, and we are going to tell you what we thought about them, whether we got them played, what's going where.
Yeah, it was sort of a play them this week or they leave.
Yes, condition. Some of us did better than others.
No, some of us
did better than others.
Not true.
We each had 5.
So let's start with what's came in to show you kind of what's been updated on our collection, what we're going to be covering here soon. Tiny Epic Vikings, launching very soon. We're going to be doing some preview coverage of it. Master Dater from Cyanide and Happiness, currently available over on GameFound. We're going to be doing a preview or something. We'll probably play this over the weekend. Glitch Squad, which is not doing as well as I thought it would on Kickstarter, but we have a prototype in. We're going to be able to check it out and dive into it as well.
We got another magic puzzle. So for those of you who saw our vlog a couple weeks ago, I actually finished the magic puzzle this week.
All on her own.
All on my own with very minimal help. I will give him credits for a little bit of help in the very beginning, and then I did the rest of it on my own.
It's almost as if she didn't want to spend time with me.
Excuse you. You were so busy getting your life organized
which
and
might
then
go
falling
into
disarray.
The larger conversation around why some of us did better than others.
Whatever. So I'm really excited. This is the Crystal Caves. The first one was fantastic, and I look forward to opening the next one.
And we got from Ion Pax Viking, a game that we playtested back in the day. Very excited about playing and covering this.
We've got a little bunch of other Pax ones.
Yeah, this is a little bit more of an approachable Pax. Very excited to have a copy of this in. And yeah, we'll be getting it to the table hopefully here soon.
And with that, shall we catch everybody up to date on our 5 games?
We'll catch people up on the 5 games, and then we'll go into like Kickstarter and GameFound. There's actually not a lot on Kickstarter or GameFound. There's a few major things, but not a giant amount. You want to start with what we have successfully played?
Okay, we played Raiders of the North Sea.
Raiders of the North Sea from Garfield Games.
Yep.
This is one that's on the BGG Top 100.
Yeah.
The one that we needed to play, so we'll be doing more in-depth coverage down the road. My gut check on it is, I think, having heard from everyone that the expansions make the game better,
yes,
it is likely going to be a permanent part of our collection.
Really?
However, if there were not expansions that improve the game experience, I think it would be leaving.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat with the caveat that I want to play the expansions before committing it to our permanent collection. I enjoyed it, but I can see how it's going to feel samey after a while. It's kind of the same thing that you're doing, and the only thing that are different are the cards that you've got in front of you.
It's really interesting worker placement. I like the actual way that the workers start cycling in and out, and other people's decisions impact your own actions.
Yes, I do like that. I want to see what the other expansions have to add. I beat him royally. So, if there's games that I can beat him at, that'll be fantastic.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll be doing more coverage on this.
What else did we successfully play?
See. I noticed you're not pulling any from your side.
I'm trying to count. I only have 4 on my side. What's my 5th one?
Welcome to. Where'd you drop it?
Oh. Found it.
Agricola. We played Agricola. And while we didn't get to play it 2-player because Alex wanted to join us, we did get another play in. And this one is actually surprising where it's going.
I really liked Agricola the first time I played it.
First of all, we figured out what the second edition of it's Caverna, and we're going to play Caverna tonight with Alex because we want to do a play that's not that between Agricola and Caverna.
So I really liked Agricola the first time I played it.
Yes.
I also really liked it the second time I played it.
And then you liked it a little less the third time and the fourth time that you played it.
So here's the thing. Agricola started high.
Yeah.
And is trending down because the experience is not vastly different from other experiences. Now, I want to play more. I want to try the other iterations. I want to try the other expansions. But when it comes to a Euro game, it's a Euro game that forces you to keep everything balanced.
Yeah, it's a Euro game that forces you to kind of invest in a little bit of everything without being able to dive headfirst down a rabbit hole of sheep.
I want to be the best sheep farmer ever.
I know, you love your sheep. They're not ducks, though. So...
yeah.
We're going to see if Caverna actually fixes that. Alex likes Caverna over Agricola for the reasons that we're disliking Agricola.
I think Agricola is a brilliant game.
Yeah.
I am very, very happy to have played it and would continue to play it.
I just don't think it
That
needs to
being
be
said,
in our collection.
I actually think our copy, after we maybe test some expansions and stuff, I think our copy's on the way out.
Also, small nitpick criticism is you have to get the 5th player expansion just to have enough resources for 3 and 4 players.
Yeah, we will definitely be doing a larger review on this before it leaves, but I do think while
I believe this one's also in the top 100.
Yeah, this is a 4 out of 5 for me, but I think it's a 4 out of 5 that probably won't stay because I don't see myself shelving it, or I don't see myself tabling it as often as other Euros.
Yeah.
What else have we successfully played?
We have successfully played Maglev Metro.
Maglev
Another one
Metro.
from my side. You could grab your Welcome to the Moon anytime you wish. Maglev Metro, a train game by Zir Games. And so, to give context, we have been, since the first time we played this, we have been diving into 18XX, Age of Steam, a whole lot more. We also played Iberian Gauge and
a lot of train games. A lot of combination of route building / pick up and deliver style games.
Yes. And while I love the components and I love the tiles that lay on top of each other, the see-through tiles, those are really cool. And I'm also really pumped that they're coming out with a whole bunch of maps. I think that can change your game experience. Our subsequent plays kind of were diminished. I was not having as much fun as I was the first time I played it. It felt like a lot of nitpicking, a lot of very tight management without a lot of cool exponential things. Even though we drafted the goal cards when we played some of the times, I still didn't feel like I handpicked my engine that I was going for. It was a lot of helter-skelter all over the board.
Yeah, I was really compelled by this the first time we played it. And this last time, I actually found it kind of boring.
Yeah.
Which doesn't... I do still want to play the expansion maps. I'm still intrigued by it. And there's a lot that I want to like here. It has this big board where you're programming the different workers and robots you're able to collect from the pick up and deliver, and inserting them into the thing that makes your engine better.
Yeah.
And I like that system a lot. Because instead of taking a classic pick up and deliver and just having you score points when you deliver something, it's actually making you not only score points, but potentially lock these things into an engine. However, I didn't find it that interesting.
Yeah.
And so I think this is, out of the 3 on your side, this is a third one that is probably leaving.
Which was, it was Agricola's leaving.
Agricola's probably leaving.
Maglev, and Raiders is potentially. Yeah.
Well, no, Raiders is staying, I guess.
So out of the 3 that we've done on my side, 2 are most likely leaving.
Potentially leaving. What else have we played this week?
Do you want to grab your side?
What else have we played this week?
Okay. We also played Ark Nova this week.
We did. We did a 4-player game?
3-player game.
3-player game.
With Alex. And there has been a lot of comparison with Ark Nova to Terraforming Mars. And while I can see some of the similarities, there's a huge deck of cards, your cards are going to be developing your engine, I think they're vastly different. I enjoyed Ark Nova. I finally got my first full game in, and I enjoyed it a lot. The time, it runs a little long for what it's giving, but I think this is going in our permanent collection. I really enjoyed it.
I'm not convinced.
I want to play some more.
The challenge for me is, will we ever get this back off the shelf with Anachrony, with Cerebria, with Terraforming Mars itself, with so many other fantastic games that are this weight?
I hear, but it's so pretty. A lot of people have problems with the artwork of the cards. I love the Terraforming Mars themed artwork, and I love the artwork that they do here. I like the concept of you choosing your actions from the deck of from the 5 cards that you have in front of you. You can upgrade the cards as you slide them down. The action gets more powerful. I like those mechanics. I like having to fill up your zoo and put the animals in and getting the enclosures that you need.
I like a lot of what it's doing here, with the caveat that some of the stuff we missed in our initial play, for me, made the game better. Like drafting from the main market instead of just from the top of the deck.
Until you upgrade your card.
I find that insanely frustrating that it's just random until, I think you should be able to always draft from that main market just to give you a touch more control.
Some of the things you got wrong actually made the game better in your first gameplay.
My second gameplay I actually found quite diminished. Probably a 3 out of 5, whereas the first gameplay was a high 4.
Wow.
So, but I still want to get to the table a few more times. I've heard the solo mode is good, so there's a few things I want to check out. So right now it's staying. Yeah. With the caveat that it might not. It might not.
And then the last one from my side, we did not actually play yet.
The last one we did play
is Welcome to the Moon.
Welcome to the Moon.
Jesse's doing awful at this game.
No, I crushed you that first time.
The third scenario, you did not know how to do it. It was fabulous.
And then the second time we played it, I destroyed you.
Fine. And then I played it a couple more times after that with Alex and Rena. I am really, really enjoying this.
This is a really great roll and write, and it might be the best of the Welcome series.
Yeah, I think it is definitely the best of the Welcome series. The fact that it gives you 8 different maps, and each one is a slightly different puzzle, all reiterating on the same concept that you have 3 decks of cards in front of you, and you're flipping them over and getting 3 different symbols and 3 different numbers, and then you're taking those and programming them into your map that you're trying to build and gain the most points. It is so much fun, and every time I see it on the shelf, I just want to play it again. And like I've contemplated reading the solo rules and doing the Astra mode. I've really enjoyed this. This is hardcore going into our permanent collection. It's not going anywhere.
Yep, it's fantastic. So all the stuff we didn't play. And let me establish one caveat.
Today is Thursday. We are filming this on Thursday, and we gave ourselves a week without remembering that we had to film this video on Thursday before we go offline for Friday and Saturday. So the time you are seeing this on Saturday, hopefully most of these games are going to be played.
However, I have learned how to play every game on my side.
Congratulations.
And I do have thoughts around what the final verdict on each one is going to be.
And on my side, the one game that I have not played, I have sleeved the cards in preparation for playing.
She didn't play it because she wanted to sleeve it first.
Yes, I spent...
It's literally not been allowed to be played.
Yes. And so now it is fully sleeved, and I plan on playing it with Alex and his daughter, who loves this game. And
I also like the game. Why can I not play?
You can join. Fine. So, the last one on my side is Valeria Card Kingdoms. This has both sentimental value and just so much fun. It's an intro midway game that you are rolling dice and everyone is taking some simultaneous actions. The person whose turn it is getting a higher powered actions, resource management, and tableau building, where you are grabbing cards from the market that have different values on them, and when you roll those values, you get the resources on them.
I wanted to play the campaign.
Yeah, so do I. But I'm going to get a first gameplay in to get it on the saved pile, because this is not going anywhere, and then we can dive into the campaign.
If you don't play it by Saturday,
it will get played.
It'll be gone.
Oh yeah? I'm holding you to those hard and fast rules by those?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That was what we're doing. That's why I'm not spending time with you tonight.
Okay.
All right, the ones that I have on my shelf. Viral. We have played Viral in the past.
Yes.
We have not played Viral this week. I did reread through the rulebook. This is an area control game that works inside of the human body. I find it really compelling. I actually found the 2-player game we had a lot of fun. However, I don't know that it competes in the rank of all the other area control games we have. I want to get this to the table with maybe 3 or 4 players, because there's some take that elements that I find really, really intriguing. Yeah. I'm hoping we can play this with Alex, even though it's not top on his priority list.
Yeah.
If we can't, I'll need to play it with you.
I'll play it. I did not enjoy it.
If she doesn't make time to play it with me, it will be leaving, and I think I'm okay with that. It's a game that I would be happy to keep. It's also a game that if other people aren't excited to play it with me, like I brought it up with Alex, and he was like, maybe not this week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I brought it up with Shira. She's like, I don't really like spending time with you. I'm like, okay. So, there's that back and forth, where if people aren't playing it with me...
That's what's throwing me off.
If people aren't playing it with me,
So for me, the context is that area control games are one of my favorite genres, and there are a lot of them in that genre, but they all function best at 3, 4, and 5 players. This one, the pro that this one has is that it functioned really well at 2-player with the Hive expansion. So it functioned really well at 2 players, and that would be the reason that I would keep it around, because to play an area control game with you traditionally don't really like area control games unless there's other mechanics involved. And so if you're liking this, I am happy to keep it, but if you're not pushing for it, then I'm not going to push for it. Happy to play it anytime you want to play it.
I mean, this week would have been nice, but...
I asked you to play games this week. You wanted to get organized and figure out your life.
Fall. I read through the Dwarves game. So what the Dwarves game is it's going to be a series of card placement. We're both going to be building our kingdoms that are surrounded by various different walls that have resources on them. Yeah. And you can overlay cards, or you can build just to expand your kingdom. You're also going to be placing down and moving little dwarf meeples, sometimes upgrading those meeples. But the object of the game is going to be to place down your meeples from your fire pit into your kingdom, expand across the kingdom, and then cycle those meeples, meaning bring them off a card to gain things like rubies and gems. There's a lot of take that in this. or you're covering up other people's cards to bury them. You're playing down dragons to keep any of their like gem harvesting from working, stuff like that. It looks fun. It looks interesting. It looks like a good little like card play and take that style game. However, I also think it's probably going to be like a 3 out of 5 for me. It's not in the genre that I play a lot. It's not something that really matches up as much. And I understand why some people have enjoyed it. I understand why it was recommended to me. But reading through the rulebook...
We also have the winter one.
We have both, yeah. Reading through the rulebook, I don't know that I am entirely sold on this system. I do want to play it before, and maybe we'll do some coverage over on Quack & Co. or something if I decide that it's not one that's for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I read it's very simple, very approachable. West might enjoy this one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's on the list. And the 2 that I will be playing solo... By the way, I have...
Bless you?
I have read all the rule books for all of these. It's just someone didn't want to play them with me. We have Hoplomachus. Hoplomachus is going to be a gladiatorial arena game. This one's shockingly simple. You draft chips, which is probably the most complicated part, because each one has their own abilities and mechanics, like special fighting abilities and stuff. And then you play down those chits onto the big board, onto the arena board, and you play through 3 different combat zones, trying to score glory points to win, right? And so you're competing on this board doing things like archery attacks, using your defense, rolling dice to try to get hits, and tactically moving around. It's a skirmish game at the heart of it. The AI system's controlled by a series of rolling dice and moving creatures forward, and really the challenge is based off of the abilities that each character has. And the 2-player really comes down to what do you want to draft as your fort, as your troop, and how do you want to engage them in combat. It looks good. It looks interesting.
I want to play it. I wanted to play this one, and I want to play the big box one.
I am also not sure if I'm keeping this.
What about the original? I think you said you were getting rid of the original to keep the 2-player one.
So if I don't like this one, I won't keep the original.
Okay.
If I do like this one, if I like this one like a lot,
yeah,
then I'll keep the original because everything's back integratable.
Okay.
So that's part of the conversation. And the last one that I will be playing tonight is Eila and something shiny. I've read through the rulebook. I understand how you play. I just haven't started digging into it because I want to have like a 4-hour period of time where I can sit down and just really play through it. It's a campaign game. It's right up my alley. The only question I'm going to have for keeping it or not is going to be, is it replayable, in my opinion? And, I mean, did I enjoy the story, and is that story that I enjoyed replayable? That being said, I will be playing through the entire duration of content here. I think it's like 6 episodes that are like 45 minutes each or something like that.
30 to 45 minutes per chapter.
So yeah, I'm very, very content in saying that I will be playing this tonight. I learned all the games. I learned all the games that we have to play. But from my side, Eila and Something Shiny will be played through entirely. I just don't know if I'll keep it after that. Hoplomachus, high skeptical that we're keeping. Viral and Dwarves,
Most
probably leaving.
Yeah.
And Welcome to sticking in the collection from your side.
Yeah. I agree with all of those with the caveat that you can't get rid of Hoplomachus until you play it with me.
Let's talk about Kickstarter and GameFound this week. Really, very little updates. Very, very little. Old Gods of Appalachia RPG, we haven't talked about. Anasteer has officially launched.
Nice. We got to play it. I love the magnetic miniatures. And it's a side-scrolling kind of fighting game with programming your cards and trying to get different sequences that give you powers and abilities, playing cards, that sort of thing. What about it?
You have a back piece that pops off for the dragon?
Oh yeah, because they're going to make them rideable. Like the same miniatures that, Alex was talking about that.
So various different ones of the miniatures. Here's some painted ones. I really enjoyed this. I'm actually very excited about this. We will be getting a copy of this. Anasteer, one of the big games that is launched this week on Kickstarter that I think is 100% worth paying attention to. We've done some coverage on it that people can check out. Dark Quarter, still fantastic. Very excited to get that copy. Maglev Metro, like we said, the more plays I'm having of Maglev, the less I am invested in it.
Yeah.
I do want to play these maps. I don't think I'm probably backing... Like, I was in the middle. I was on a $1 pledge. I'm probably not doing a full back on this, though. Even though the maps look very cool.
They do. And I think they offer something interesting and different.
Yeah.
I want Like, there's a moon one. The maps are drawing me in so much.
Because they're vibrant and they're colorful.
Yeah.
But I didn't love the last gameplay we had. So, you know.
Yeah.
Then we have Mall Peak. We have Dead by Daylight, which is about to end. By the way, crossed $1 million. So congratulations to them.
That's nice.
And really, that's all I saw on Kickstarter.
GameFound?
GameFound is going to be the other conversation. And on GameFound, we have Sleeping Gods, Distant Skies. About to cross $1 million.
Nice. Ah, so excited. We have to do coverage on base game. We're in the middle of our campaign and we've got to get it up. Our table was a little bit under the weather this week with all the construction in the basement.
Yeah, the plumbing stuff.
Yeah.
So what they've changed, Shira, which is really exciting, they've streamlined combat and made it more punchy, which is exciting. You're only running 5 characters instead of 9. They have more equipment cards, and instead of having your action markers, a little cube that lets you take an action, you're actually going to have cards in your hand that trigger actions.
Cool.
So different item cards that are abilities that you can take. So yeah, that's the core. And there's going to be fast travel in it, which is exciting. The next stuff, Great Wall reprint.
Yes. Always a fantastic. I'm always happy to play Great Wall. It's part of our permanent collection.
And I was just told that in the first update, they confirmed they're going to be doing I think a big box and a expansion pack. Yeah, fix pack.
Rulebook, fix pack.
That's
cool.
That's important to me, and I think maybe there's going to be a big box as well.
Okay. Nice. That would be nice to be able to put it all into one box.
Yeah. So I don't know how I can vote. Only logged in. Gotcha. Other than that,
Master Data should be there. We spoke about that.
And there's not like Last Light. Alex said it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Assault on Doomrock. I don't know much about it. Master Data, we're going to be playing it soon. Lawyer Up, really cool head-to-head debate game where you're playing, trying to sequence, trying to win an argument.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the run.
Not much.
No, not a lot this week. Some stuff that I'm very excited about, but not a lot. And these are the featured projects. There's still some active projects now that it's opened up, but
nice.
Nothing specific that I'm diving into. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here.
Whatever the case, whatever you do, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. See you next time. Thanks.